It's SikeAmariJeans, aka Shadiq. Today's a special day, and even though all days are special, this one somehow still feels different. Welcoming a favorite of mine, soon to be a megastar, and yes, I'm calling it. Producer, engineer, jazz saxophonist, and alluring personality, VVN. How are you?
Well, hello. I am great. I'm honored to be here with you today.
Perfect, because I'm pretty sure after I introduce you to everybody, they're gonna love you hopefully more than I do, which is gonna be pretty hard to do.
Well, thank you. And how are you today?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Honestly, today I had my first little therapy session, and when I was on the way home, not to brag, I was listening to Catch 3, and I'm
That's
sorry.
so-
It's a favorite of mine. I can't lie to you. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie to you. It's one of my new ones. When that Spotify comes out at the end of the year, and it's January right now, you're gonna be like top 10. I'm telling you.
thank you.
Of course, of course. So I wanted to ask, where are you from? Cause I can't tell in your music.
Yes, well, I'm from Northern Virginia, like 5 minutes away from Washington, D.C. So I grew up in Northern Virginia, but my cousin slash best friend lived in D.C., and I kind of just didn't fuck with anybody in Virginia. So I would hang out with her and her friends all the time and just sleep there.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Do you listen to anybody that comes from there other than the people you know?
Well, yes. Like I used to be heavy on the Rico Nasty and Gold Link for sure, like those kinds of artists. And also, I mean, JPEG Mafia was like a huge inspiration for me. He's from Baltimore, but he definitely got me into production. And when I heard he was from like the DMV area, I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. That's definitely dope. Because honestly, in your music, I hear that you kind of go a lot of different ways with it, and I never know where you're gonna go. But that kind of checks out. I kind of like how you listen to those people though. That's actually pretty dope. Who do you want VVN to be, and who do you think they are right now?
Hmm. Well, I know some people like their artist is kind of a separate entity than themselves, but I feel like Vivian is really just me because it is my name. I mean, my name is Vivian, and Vivian just kind of made sense because it's 3 letters and three is my lucky number, and my cousin came up with that. But besides the point, Vivian is just like it's just a very feminine electronica jazz like compilation trying to I don't know. I feel like my main mission is to create art that makes other artists want to create boundlessly and like not really give a fuck and just create whatever you want to create and do whatever you want to do. And definitely there's like hints of love songs and like I love R&B so much. So there's always like the little frisky moment, but then there's the girl being depressed in her room and lighting a candle moment, but then there's the like uplifting where it's like okay, we can all break free of like hating ourselves and just fucking fly free and create art and be happy and write in our journal. So I guess that's kind of the vibes.
I don't know. I just think that's so refreshing to hear. You hear people say they kind of just want to like be out there and be just who they are and show it in their music. But I don't know. Like I feel like I actually get that from you. Like seeing how you say that, do you feel like the way you approach music is the same way you approach your videos? Or do you feel like you have to put on a different hat when you approach your videos?
That is a great question. I mean, like the video art that I do, I'm definitely still a newbie, but like doing music, I feel so comfortable with it that I don't really think about it. So when I've been making videos and like all this time-based art on the computer, like I approach it similarly, but it's like in the way that I can just get carried away and like start making it look completely different or like start adding in things that are completely random and the whole thing becomes like a mismatched jumble, but it is still one piece of art. So I will say that making video has made me try to become more conscious of creating like a cohesive aesthetic within one piece of time-based art. And I think that has like I've been working on that in my music a lot. Like the first album I released was definitely all over the place. But like now in making my music, I'm like, okay, I'm going for this vibe. Like I'm not gonna go too crazy. I'm gonna keep it simple. And I think in my video work, I'm still learning how to make things feel like, oh, this is one vibe.
When you engineer, when you produce, when you get on the mic yourself, you put on different hats. Does it ever feel like that? And does it also
Mm,
become another hat when you're doing your videos? I know you want everything to be cohesive, but do you ever have to wait a day or a week to reapproach a song or a project because there's so many different elements that you're doing yourself?
most definitely. Like, I'm trying to remember because your questions are complex in the best way. I'm trying to like answer them well, but I think some of my songs started as like a half of a song that I could never finish because I was like, okay, fuck this, it sounds like shit. But then like a year later, I would just go through all my Ableton sessions and open something up, and it would become like my favorite song. So that's definitely happened to me. There's also been other times where I just sat down for 10 hours and like made something all the way through. Maybe not 10 hours, but like with breaks, with a little split. And like made something, and then I just never touch it again. And there's other songs where I will start making it and be like, oh, I like it, and then over the course of like a year, I finally get it to a place. Like sometimes it's just harder for it to get to a place where I actually like it, and I keep trying different things, and I'm like, okay, it's not hitting. But then finally, I'm like, okay, either I'm tired of it, or I feel like it's finally done. But with the video stuff, I feel like because when you film, like I have my friends, my friend Dennis films a lot of my stuff. My friend Maddie is like a really big collaborator with my video stuff because obviously I need someone to film me. Although I do film myself sometimes, but like having someone else input their creativity with video, it kind of like lays a easier foundation to create since I'm not creating from nothing. Which it's really fun. But I guess as an engineer, like what was your question about the engineering part?
Do you feel like the music and the visual stuff is something you really need to like take time to do, or do you feel like sometimes you're just in the rhythm and it happens right there?
I will say that with the video stuff, I'm a lot more like fuck it. Like I'll just make something, and I feel like that's my attitude. I mean, with music, I definitely am like always very thorough, maybe overthinking the music too much because I don't put it out until it feels completely right. But with the videos, I kind of will just make something and I'm like, okay, if it feels complex enough and like well done enough, I'm just done. Like I don't really plan it out. I will just make something. With engineering, I mean, I feel like the engineering and like vocal part are very different than the actual creation of a song or a video because it's like just one of the puzzle pieces in it. But I don't know, I think engineering is really fun for me, especially I'm sitting right next to my bass player and I engineer her a lot. And it's a really fun process to just work with someone and record them on top of your song or just like for anything. And I guess for the part that you asked about vocal, like putting on different hats, I think vocally is where I get the most inspiration from other artists. If I make a beat and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to sing, like the melodies I'm coming up with tonight aren't hitting, and then the next day I'll like listen to all of Liv's discography and be like, okay, I'm gonna sing this, and then I'll watch an interview of her talk about how much gospel has influenced her. So then I'll listen to her gospel playlist on Spotify, and then I'll find her inspirations and be like, okay, how can I take her inspirations, the inspirations of an artist I love so much, and make it my own.
I knew you as a music lover, man. By the way, shout out your friends and shout out the bass player too, because where would we be without them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out. If you want, you can plug them in too. I'll put their links in
Yes,
the bio.
I got you. This is Celia Chick. What's your Instagram handle?
At Celia Chick and www.celiachick.com for booking inquiries.
Exactly. We have a bass queen. I love to support my musical queens as they support me.
As they should. And you love to see it. Love to see people working together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on from the visuals, but before I do want to ask, what's your favorite thing that you've edited and shot so far? And it doesn't have to be your own, actually. You could even plug in work you might have done for somebody else.
I will say that selfishly, when I do editing and video work for other people, I definitely don't put my whole pussy into it the way that I do for my own. And like, definitely with more opportunities, I will work on like giving it my complete all. But I don't know. I would say I'm working on a music video right now that I think will be fire because it includes a lot of collaboration. It's for a song called Back in Town, and it's kind of just like a bad bitch anthem of me and my friends fucking around. But I guess the thing that I'm most proud of would probably be the Guidance music video, just because it was my first time really like going all in on a video project, and I had a huge green screen that I rented out from my school and a camera, and I was just like going crazy in my house, putting on a million different outfits and filming shit.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard Adobe After Effects, and then I don't know what happened. We just got
Oh,
disconnected. I'm so sorry.
rest in peace. No, it's definitely my Wi-Fi is absolutely horrible.
No, don't even worry about it. I thought it was me. Regardless, we're still cool. I'm so sorry for that. I didn't mean to interrupt you while you were in the middle of it.
Dude, not at all. It's my bad. Fuck Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we beefing with niggas that make Wi-Fi, yo. Fuck y'all.
We're like, fuck 5G. Fuck all this crazy.
Come on, man. Be considerate, man. Fuck y'all niggas. Help us out, man. We trying to communicate. So we texted a little bit, and before, when I was trying to figure out how to introduce you, you also mentioned that you play the saxophone. Is that the only thing you play? Do you have other instruments? Do you intend to learn more?
Well, I always hope to learn more because, I mean, well, my instrumental career, my parents forced me to take piano lessons at the age of 6, which I'm so grateful for, but I definitely didn't go ham like those prodigal babies. But, so I'm a piano player, but I stopped taking lessons when I was like 12 because I started playing the saxophone in school. So I would say the saxophone is definitely my main instrument, but when I'm producing and composing music, it's like a completely different field because I'm not going to compose stuff on my saxophone. But I play piano, I play guitar, I play the guitar on all my songs, but it might be deceiving because I'm like going chord by chord sometimes. But I'm trying to get better. I'm practicing more often these days, and I don't play the drums, but I make the beats. I make all the beats. I feel like Ableton is like my instrument. I don't know.
Oh, see, there we go. I was about to get into that too, literally right after this. I was literally about to say, so you play instruments. Which one do you feel like, because at some point you kind of have to merge the two. Did you ever go, I feel like I'm more of an instrumentalist, or do you feel like, oh no, I'm definitely a producer?
I would say step one, I'm a producer, but like, I go to music school where my primary instrument is the saxophone. So when I take like jazz ensembles and like Afro-Cuban, Latin jazz ensembles, and I'm playing with my friends, and sometimes I get asked to play for other people in their band. So like during those moments, I'm definitely an instrumentalist, but I think I identify with being like a producer, artist first. But like if people ask me to play saxophone for something, I'm like, hell yeah, and I'm gonna shed and like get my shit up. But I'm more insecure as a saxophonist, especially around all the people at my school where saxophone is their main thing, or like being an instrumentalist is their main thing. But that shit is so fire, and I respect everyone who just chose an instrument and stuck with that.
Man, you better than me. I gotta get it up. I only know the piano, man. Piano is all I know, but okay, I'm telling you, multi-talented.
Oh, that's
I'm trying to
fire.
tell these people, man, y'all better tune in, man. I'm trying to give y'all some gold right here. I know y'all hear her, man. I'm not playing, man. I'm telling you, when you want a billboard, I don't want nobody to come like, oh my God, you introduced me. Man, come on, I tried to tell y'all.
No, you're too sweet.
After,
But yeah, keep that piano shit up.
Of course. After you finish school, do you see yourself learning more instruments or just going harder with the music?
I think I definitely am gonna try to like see what I can do with everything music-wise, cause I don't know. I just, I have that passion to be an artist, but like I think throughout my whole life I'll definitely learn how to play new instruments like the flute and the clarinet, other wind instruments. And I want to get better at the guitar. I want to get better at the piano. I want to get better at everything, but my artistry as VVN is definitely my main thing.
Okay, I'm glad to hear it. Do you see yourself moving to a bigger city like New York or Atlanta or somewhere with a more crazier music scene, or do you want to stay where you're at and establish yourself there?
Well, I'm in Boston right now for school, and it's kind of dry out here. The music scene is fire, but like, I want to move to New York
because there's a lot of artists there that I fuck with and want to work with, and opportunities. But also, New York is my main goal right now, not just to move there and like fuck around, but I really want to work in museums and be a curator for like live performance art and experimental art and stuff. So I hope that I can do that because I really want to like uplift other artists, not even musically, but
Yeah, we're just gonna have to pick you up and throw you in the Smithsonian, man. I love what I'm hearing right now. Damn, that's crazy too. So I'm from New York, so if you ever do come out here, just know we got you. I got nothing but love and people if you ever need any connects. So don't even worry about it. This is kind of a two-parter, but I guess I'll start off slow. What song do you feel like you had the most fun making, and then which one is the most fun to perform?
Ooh. See, I'm working on a new album right now, and I've definitely had the most fun making these songs, cause like, I mean, they're all unreleased, but I'm dropping a song on February 23rd that was a project for one of my classes, and the class was like, it was all about composition and electronic music, but it had two main projects. The first one was like to create a song that's not in your genre, so I created kind of like a folk situation, but then the second one was like create something that is completely you. So I just allowed myself to go all in and see what I could do, and it was so much fun to make, and it's dropping. It's like an experimental two-parter. It's really one long song, but I split it into two, and I had the most fun making it just because I like just let myself go. I didn't really think about anything. So it's definitely in the all over the place vibe. But and then for performing, I think I would have to say Guidance, because when I perform, like all my friends pull up, but I would say either Guidance or Kitty Cat, because Kitty Cat I play a sax solo at the end, which is always cathartic, but when I perform those two songs,
for that. I'm so sorry to
bro,
cut you off.
I'm gonna play in New York soon, and I'll definitely let you know. But yeah, those two songs, Guidance is fun because everyone's singing along, which is so nice. And like for the second half of the song, I like to flop around on the stage and like wrap myself in the mic cable and just like, I need a little guidance, like just like yell into the microphone. And yeah, that's what I would say. But also for the first question, like I've made a song recently and I featured one of my good friends named TT, who's from Boston, and she's like an amazing, shout out TT. But yeah, I was like trying to get a feature on this song, and I hit up some people, some men and some rappers, and like they were like, yo, yeah, like I'll get this to you soon. And then like a month went by, I'm like, yo, what's up? And then they're like, oh, you think you could like slide me some money? I'm like, yeah, haha, sure. Like I love to pay features, and like that's respect. But they would send me demos, and I like wasn't really fucking with it, but I was like, maybe I should get you on the track. And then I kind of gave up because they didn't pull through, and then I hit up TT, and she literally sent a verse within 2 hours, and it was like the most banging thing ever. And then a week later, she was like, yo, I'm playing a show. This is like, I would love to perform this song with you. I performed it with her, and I just can't wait to drop that because she fucking snapped. She sang, she rapped, and she fucking snapped with the lyrics. So that is, it's so much fun to collaborate with people like that in making music.
Shout out TT. I completely get where you're coming from. When you have somebody in mind, you're like, yo, who knows? Like, let me go outside of my box a little bit. And then they kind of, oh yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that. And the next thing you know, they're asking for money. It's kind of like, I don't know, man. I feel like you probably should have told me this earlier, bro. Like, I'm not really loving what you're sending. So that's crazy. But it's okay. They gonna see this and they gonna be like, damn, I actually should have.
Yeah, well, shout out to all those people. Like Nappy Nappa is a rapper from DC, and I've never met him, but I was always fucking with his music. And he's on my song from Two Streams called Shine and Leave, and he fucking went crazy with that. So there'll definitely be future collaborations, and literally when people ask for bread, it's the most valid thing ever, but I'm just a little broke person, so I can't always deliver with that.
All little broke people, man. That's the problem. That's where the pain comes in. Okay. And the second part to my question, even though it sounded like a two-parter already, what song of yours do you feel like your friends are always singing back to you?
Ooh. Ooh. Wait, Celia, Alyssa.
Oh, we get live reactions. That's what we love.
We got an AODJ. One vote for AODJ. Yeah, with Sade. Shout out to Sade. Oh, okay. So we have two songs. We have one being AODJ featuring Sade and Celia on the bass, and then the other one is You Used to Be, which is a single I dropped before Two Dreams. I never really promoted it, but
The Dennis song.
yeah.
That's the one that Mark has singing.
Back in Town.
Nope, earlier than that.
What the
The
hell?
one that we played at the Black Odyssey show. Dennis, isn't it? We'd Be a Dream.
We'd Be a Dream. Ah, a lot of my friends do really fuck with We'd Be a Dream. But my friend Alyssa said us, which is really old, but yeah, sorry, that's like a big answer.
That is not a big answer. That's a great answer. If y'all heard that, go ahead and look those up. I don't care how old it is. Listen to it. If it was made by VVN, you need to listen to it. I'm endorsing it all the way. Even though you have a new project coming up, which I will ask you about real soon, I just want to know, when it came to releasing in the moment, were you more excited for Tooth Dreams or for Real Cool?
Shit, okay, I would say Tooth Dreams because I was like, okay, I'm finding my sound. And like, I was actually like, maybe this will resonate with people and inspire people. With Real Cool, I was kind of just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I've been making music seriously for 2 years and this is just all my songs. I wasn't thinking about it in any like really spiritual way other than I've made these songs and I'm gonna drop some shit because that's what I'm gonna do. But with Tooth Dreams, I was like, okay, I can't wait to drop this album where like I found my sound and I'm hoping something will come of it and I hope people fuck with it. So I would say Tooth Dreams is more exciting for me.
Someone told me you were gonna say that, but I still had to ask because every time I listen to Tooth Dreams, I mean, Kitty Cat is what brought me to it, and you know that's I feel like that's gonna be timeless. Like I don't see myself not loving that song. I actually play it right after I play Honey, the remix by Kuka, because I just feel like that's just such a vibe. But that whole project just feels so kind of experimental. I don't know if that's the word I want to land on for sure, but right now that's where I'm landing, and it's so crazy because every time I listen to it, it's almost like I haven't heard the project. Like I feel like my ears are just not used to it. Like it's just not in mainstream. You know what I mean? And the elements that are, I'm like, yo, this is crazy how you incorporated it. Especially as someone who makes music, I urge other people who make music to look into you because I can tell. You know, you said you were more excited because you found your sound in Tooth Dreams, but you know, when I listen to Real Cool, I think it's so good because you probably were just like, you know, I'll put this on, I made this, it's hard, it's cool, I guess. But you probably didn't identify with it, or maybe not anymore, and you still somehow made some of the most cohesive songs I think I've ever heard by someone local, maybe even of all time, because it always sounds different, you know, everybody's style is different. I listened to I hope I don't butcher the title, but New and Gone, I believe, and Catch 3, and then basically any other fucking track on that project. And I'm such a hook guy. Like, I put out these little weekly playlists, and instead of doing like honorable mention, I'll do like a memorable hook. And all of your songs have fucking memorable hooks. Like I really do applaud that. Like having a good hook is a lost art. Let alone knowing how to sing without auto-tune. I mean, you probably have it on there, but you're like genuinely good. So it's so crazy to hear you say that, but kind of expected too, because I can't wait to see how you continue to blend your sounds. Sorry,
Thank
I
you,
was
girl. Also, I just want to say, everyone listen to Shawnee on SoundCloud.
Man, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Man, we'll talk about me another time, man. We here for you. We're here for you. Going forward, I do want to ask though, did you start with Ableton? Did you start with something else? Do you see yourself always being an Ableton girly? Like, what's
First of all, love Ableton girly. Love Ableton girly. I'll like summarize my production shit. I started. Well, my dad got an iPad in like 2010, and I immediately was fucking around on GarageBand on the iPad. And I actually made an album when I was 10 years old. It was funny, but I was like recording myself playing the piano and singing and fucking around with the beats and like sequencers. And then I stopped doing that. And then when COVID, like right before COVID hit, I made a friend named Maddie. She's someone I collaborate with all the time, especially with videos. But she became my first friend in my area that was like fucking with the same shit that I was, and she was like listening to Igloo Ghost and like Salem and all these cool electronic artists, and she was like, yo, you need to get, because at that point I had transitioned to GarageBand on my computer, where I dropped like all my really early SoundCloud shit was from then. And then she was like, dude, why the fuck don't you have Logic? And I was like, bruh, because it costs money. And she was like, nah, let me pirate it for you. And so she pirated it for me on my computer. What a fucking queen. And it did get me a virus. But then we reset my computer and got it again, and it worked so well. And then after like a year of me using Logic, maybe 2 years, she was like, okay, girl, you need to get the Ableton free trial. I was like, say less. So I had the free trial probably like 4 times with 4 separate emails. And then I was like, hello, mommy, can you please buy it for me? And so my mom got me Ableton. And ever since then, I just love Ableton. I love everything about it. I will not get the update to Ableton 12. I'm Ableton 11 forever. And I love Ableton. I was forced to use Pro Tools a couple of times from my school, but you know, I'm not going to be using that unless it's like a dire situation. So Ableton for life for me.
Dude, I love that. I went to school for music, and everywhere I looked, there was Pro Tools. And I'm like, man, if y'all don't get this old shit out of here.
Literally, like,
I can't.
this shit is gray, and yeah, no, it's just like not cute.
I'm telling you, see, and that's another thing too. I mean, not to go too far left or right, but I hear your music, and I'm like, damn, this shit is dope. I'm trying to figure out how they're making these sounds and incorporating things together. And I'm pretty sample based. I'm on FL, and a lot of people think if you're sample based, FL is a little too rigid. So just hearing your music has already made me want to transition a little bit to Ableton. And when you talk about it, trust me, I definitely think I'm gonna take a look at it, because most of the people I know that are sample based definitely look at Ableton. So shout out FL, shout out Ableton. Pro Tools,
Yeah.
but you're gonna have to stay in the corner a little bit. You give it uncle, you know what I'm saying? You give it
Yeah, exactly. You can stay with the 40-year-old white man producer in the studio because that's his place.
Yeah, whenever Mike Dean opens up a project, man, go ahead, be with him, man. We love a good old analog song, you know what I'm saying? But we do something a little bit different.
Exactly. Yeah, and shout out to FL. There's some banging beats from FL always. But yeah, I would definitely recommend Ableton. The free trial, great. 90 days of heaven.
Do you use any equipment in your house that you produce with or even mix with?
Yes. Well, I have a SP404 that I really love using for performance. Like a lot of the time, if I'm performing and using my guitar, I'll run my guitar through the SP and use that as an effects processor. But I love running songs through it and like playing beats and DJing off of it. And I also I have a Boss 202 looper station that's also by Roland. So like if I run stuff through the SP, it sounds nice and warm and like a little crunchy, a little, you know, softer on the ears. And same thing with the Boss looper station. And I have a Korg keyboard. It's a digital keyboard. It's nothing like a mini log or anything like that. But I have gotten a lot of drum sounds from it, and I play chords on it because there's some nice pad sounds as well. But other than that, it's mostly Ableton and a guitar and like a MIDI keyboard.
That's see, okay, that makes a lot of sense, because that SP404, that is some magic right there. And I have heard some of your DJ sets actually. I believe you posted 2 of them. Am I? Yeah, you yo, they DJ too. I can't believe I left that out, man. That's on me, y'all. That's on me. Don't audit me, man. Don't kill me out. But they DJ. They DJ, man. Okay, that's dope. And then earlier, I just want to touch back. I'm jumping around so much, man, but that's just something I do. So please stick
I
with
love
me.
the trampoline.
You talked about hearing some of your influences and then studying their influences, but I want to know, who are some of your influences? How do they play a part in your style? Or maybe you kind of already touched that, but how do you know what you want to sound like? I know that's probably a dumb question once you're so deep into it, but for
Not
maybe
at
people
all.
who are still finding themselves, how do you find your style? Me personally, I like a lot of Detroit rappers, so I'm kind of a punch-in guy, but I love like indie and grudge, so I try to switch it up a lot. But your vocal styling is really unique, and don't kill me for this. I actually compare you a little bit to Lexa Gates, if you've ever heard of her.
Ah, oh, you're making my heart smile.
Man, I'm trying to, man. You made mine when I heard all of your music, so I'm just paying it forward, man.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, my influences, like learning how to produce, for anyone who's learning how to produce out there, like shout out to you for sticking it out, because that's really what it's all about. But like when I started producing and it was some ass, like it was some buns, and then I heard Frank Ocean's Nights, like I knew that song, but when the beat switch hit, I was like, okay, what's going on here? Like I need this rim shot. I didn't even know what a rim shot was. I was like on Reddit searching what is the sound of the snare in Frank Ocean's Nights. But like my main thing learning how to produce was just copying other people's stuff. And it was definitely Frank Ocean sounds. It was definitely JPEG Mafia's like beats, like a kick roll. I was addicted. Like shit like that inspired me heavy, but also like harmonically and lyrically, this might be cringe, but Steely Dan. Like I love Steely Dan and just the complexity of that music and all the places it went. I was like, okay, so I can do this. I can do that. But yeah. I will say nowadays, when I was like really trying to find my sound and I heard Live for the first time, like I tapped in with Liv and Mike and like Cleo Soul and all of them, and that's when I was like, okay, experimental, like alternative R&B. I loved Steve Lacy, so that kind of vibe where I was like, okay, this can be simple, but it has like that jazzy gospel elements that I fuck with, especially with the melodies. So I would say Liv had been like my biggest inspiration recently, like with Tooth Dreams and all of my music forwards. Although I'm kind of leading away from that now, but Liv is definitely like my top tier inspirations. And also finding out about Saya Gray and her sound and just like the complexities and beautiful nuances of her music inspired me to just go crazy with like the little details of music, especially because she's an amazing vocalist and lyricist, but she's also a bass player, so it's like it's really cool, and it makes me pay more attention to bass in my music, especially having my awesome friend Celia being able to play amazing things on my songs. But yeah, my inspirations are kind of ranging everywhere. I mean, I really like 454 and like those kind of beats, and if I'm trying to make something hype, I'll definitely put on some 454 or like, I don't know, just rap. And definitely jazz always will inspire me. And I don't know, like I have a lot of inspirations. Maybe Portishead is someone that inspired me with like, there is a band that inspired me with down tempo because I love making slow music. So just hearing like that early 90s down tempo, like very chill music and combining it with R&B elements and jazz, and hearing how Mike would make his beats in that whole scene with just like sampling jazz. All of that stuff kind of inspires me deeply.
A true music enthusiast. I'm telling you, people, look, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's because I'm from New York and everybody's on the drill scene, but hearing stuff like this is super refreshing. Like, people really don't talk about sampling, you know what I mean? Right now, I feel like people are kind of like grabbing a nice little familiar chop and looping it and then putting some drums on it, but what you're talking about is completely like repurposing, like really knowing everything. Like some people get as crazy as messing with time signatures, some people get as crazy as completely changing or maybe using like 4 to 5 samples in one, which is something I'm still trying to do. I'm probably at 2-3 samples, but hearing you talk about it, it kind of makes sense that you have the knowledge, seeing that I've seen you apply it, but knowing now that you've kind of done your research and looked at these styles. It's so crazy because I feel like next time I listen to your music, I'll be able to kind of hear where you were going for more, since this is the first time I think anyone's seen a style like this. Damn, that's so crazy. That's excellent.
I just need to shout out Jay Dilla also, because I mean, of course, every producer's like inspiration, but just the way that he samples and the samples he chooses, and like when I started producing, just watching him do his shit, and definitely his, like when I started downloading sample packs from Reddit, which if anyone is looking for things, Reddit is the place to go. I'm sure you know this. But like the Jay Dilla sample pack, I would fall back on constantly. Whether it was like adding a drum loop or just like finding inspiration, Jay Dilla all the way.
One time for Dilla, man. Shout out Dilla, man. We love you, man. You ain't never going, man. One time.
Never ever. Shout out Dilla. Shout out Slum Village.
Oh, yo, Slum. What you know about Slum Village, though?
Bro, I know everything, bro.
Alright, you know what? We'll say that for a different time. But to keep going, because I already know you got some knowledge. I do want to ask, you talked about some of your influences. Now, who are some of your favorite producers? Even if it's stuff that you wouldn't necessarily make, just producers that you like. And you can name one, you can name 10, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, I fucking love Monte Booker. If you don't, I just don't know what your ears are picking up, because Smino and Monte Booker, just they tickle my brain. Like, I fuck with that. And I don't usually make stuff that sounds like that, but I just fucking love it. I love Dean Blunt. Like, the simplicity of his music, it really inspires me, especially when I'm trying to like tone it down. I love Dean Blunt and just that aesthetic direction. But I don't know, I love Timbaland. I love Aaliyah so much, and like the sound that they created together. And 90s R&B, I love SWV. I don't really know who produced a lot of that stuff, but I love that sound. And I'm looking. I mean, I love Wu-Tang. I love RZA. I love all of that. For real. I love Bryson Tiller and whoever produced all of his shit. I'm not gonna lie, I love ASAP. I love ASAP Ant. Some people will shit on him, but those beats, they're so ethereal. Oh, I love Ethereal, the producer.
I was about to say Ethereal.
Yeah, literally. I'm gonna pull up. I have a playlist that's like my favorite producer shits. Well,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I like that you do that. I've been trying to write like a list of like my top 100 songs of all time, and it is so difficult.
Yes. No, that shit is fire. You should send it to me if you ever make it. But also another artist and producer that I really fuck with is Ojarine from London, because she's a killer R&B vocalist, but she makes her own beats, and she's just fucking fire. And she's been in the game for like 20 years and is finally getting her recognition. But I really fuck with her, especially being like a woman producer. And yeah.
Yeah, you have to send that to me. I've never heard of her, but I definitely want to tap in. You said a couple of names today actually that I didn't recognize. I'm like, oh shit, let me do some homework after this, cause
hell yeah.
Yeah, my style finna change, guys. Next project, just know it's nothing but love songs and beautiful vocal stylings, yo. And if y'all wondering who I bit it from, I don't know, man. Put two and two together, man. I'm trying to be famous too. I'm trying to be like VVN, man. I don't know.
Bro, we'll go up together.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. I'll be the Jim Jones to your camera. I'll do that. Dipset.
Let's fucking go.
Okay. Now, I only have a couple more questions, so don't worry, I won't hold you too long. But I do gotta ask, dead or alive, name 2 artists you would love to work with. And they can even be producers too.
I mean, I'm gonna bring back Aaliyah, because my girl could sing. And like, I would love to provide, if she was alive, it would be my dream to provide like a safe feminine space for her to create music, because God knows how she was being taken advantage of.
I'm so happy you said that, because I'm like, if R. Kelly in the studio, I can't even make a beat, bro. I can't even keep metronome. He throwing me off.
Yeah, nice try, little Diddy clone. Like, but I would love to make a song with her. I would love, oh my god, to collab with Solange. I fucking love her.
Okay, what made you say that? Because I've heard a lot of people talk about Solange as of late, and that's crazy that I said Dead or Alive and you picked Solange. Not to say like, oh, she's not good, but there's just such a crazy rise in her fans. What makes you say that?
She, like, she just fucking hits. Like, her music is so good and so deep and so ethereal, and the producers she chooses to work with, like Pharrell and Solange, their collabs are just so good. I don't know, her music just hits me in a deep way, and I really fuck with her. I fuck with her vibes, and I don't know, I fuck with these queens. But yeah, let me think about other people. Like,
That's so crazy.
if I could make a beat, if I could be in a session with anyone to like have a crazy ass time, it might be JME and Skepta, because that would just go so hard to make like a crazy hard beat and then have them go over it. But yeah, like, I don't know. There's definitely a million producers I would like to work with, and I have the blessing of working with a bunch of my friends who are producers too, and just like picking up. Some of them being Timmy Piano, who's fucking fire, and Diz, who makes amazing music. But yeah, I don't know. Those are some people.
Shout out Diz and Timmy, man. Shout out Chow, man. Out of everybody, she's like, man, I'm blessed to have my people. Shout out Chow.
Shout out. Oh, last I will say Booty Chain, who is an amazing underground rapper from Virginia, and I really fuck with her. She's like, her boyfriend is Black Cray or Sick Boy Rari, but Booty Chain and like Baby Sosa, I would love to be making beats for these like bad trap queen bitches who are like underground baddies.
Okay, I don't want to butcher nobody's name. Is it Booty Chain or Booty Tang? Like Pootie? Like,
Yeah, it's Booty Chain, and it's spelled BOOTYCHAAAIN with 3 A's.
I just gotta hear that music, man. With a name like that, I just know you got some shit for me to hear. So just know Booty Chain, we probably gonna put you in a playlist, bro.
Yes, she's so fly.
And real quick before I move to the next one, personally for you, I don't know. I would love to hear you with like I want to butcher her name. I always do. Sade, the band. You know what I mean? I feel like y'all would make like a legendary banger, and then just like something that would throw me off. I would love to see you thrown in a room with like, I don't know, like Denzel Curry, Isaiah Rashad, and Robert Glasper. I just feel like y'all would make something insane.
Ooh, I fuck with all those people. I do. Yeah, Denzel Curry is crazy.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of stuff that I haven't heard. I'm still like trying to hear some of your old stuff too, but just hearing like AO DJ and then kind of hearing you with like a rapper is kind of strange, but at the same time I'm like, damn, what's next? I find myself sometimes like, damn, is she gonna drop today? Like, are we gonna get a banger? Like, but anyway, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end it real soon, but I do have one last question.
Lay it on me.
Who are some of the next people you plan on featuring with? Whether you hit them up already or you haven't. And I want to know, what do you want to do musically? Do you want to stay kind of finding yourself? Do you want to keep the people guessing? Do you feel like you have an idea and it's not going to change? What's next for Vivienne?
Well, beautiful question. I would say, in what I know, what's next is dropping my album and playing more shows, and I'm collaborating with a lot of my homies. So like, a lot of my motivation, I hope it pops off, because like the majority of the album has features or complete collaborations, and all I gotta say is some of the artists are dropping, some of them are sparsely dropping, some of them aren't, and like having people hear them is just a dream. So I can't wait for people to hear them. Like artists like Kylos, he's an amazing producer, singer. He's crazy, R&B, rapping. But yeah, dropping that album is what's in my future that I know. I mean, some artists that I dream to collab with is definitely Liv, because she's just my goat, and I don't know. I would love to like make an EP with her, just like produce for her. I know she produces too, so I would love to just do anything with her. But yeah, I mean, shit. If I could do whatever I wanted, I would be like my own artist, but also a producer. And I would love to produce for Bryson Tiller and Summer Walker and make like those 2012 R&B bangers, and like be with that squad.
Those 2012 bangers were really something. I don't remember how many nights went where I heard music literally every day. There were some summers, I mean, maybe because I'm from New York, but I feel like there were times where I'd wake up and hear people outside with speakers already blasting like the most insane stuff. What came out in 2012? I can't even remember. I just know I always heard music. Like, I don't think there was a day where there wasn't new music, actually.
Or like Trap Soul by Bryson Tiller. That was 2015, but that shit did a number on me.
Listen, I hope you know we're looking forward to hearing more stuff from you, seeing more visuals, just seeing you out there in general. I mean, I know right now you're in Boston, but like you said, eventually you will be in New York, and it's a huge scene over here, and we'd love to have you. Hopefully, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to collab with you, whether it's just producing, engineering, whatever. I think you're an amazing artist, and like I said, personality-wise, you're doing your thing, man. I love to see someone who has a good personality and is already attached to their music. I just feel like you can feel what they feel when they make it, and trust me, after this, I'm still finna blast your music like I didn't just talk to you. But, so, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to come on here and talk to me and tell me a little bit about yourself and your music and your peoples. And me and everyone else who's gonna watch this is so excited to hear more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there anything you want to say before I end this?
Oh man, I just really appreciate you taking the time to hit me up and like investing in my music. I deeply appreciate it more than you know. So thank you.
Listen, me hitting you up was literally just another thing that came from you working and trying to figure out the things that you love. So let that be a lesson to everybody, man. Do what you love, and eventually something will just come to you. I'm just starting, but hey, man, it's an experience for both of us. So thank you. Many, hopefully, to come. The Sike Scoops, Artist in My Eye, VVN. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you guys for listening. We're signing off.
Bye bye.